Some dogs are abandoned because people no longer want them. But Lenny's story was different. He was thrown away because he could no longer make money. Once treated like a racing machine, then discarded when his body broke down, this gentle greyhound endured hardships so severe that he would eat pieces of cardboard just to quiet the hunger in his stomach. What no one could have imagined was that months later, the same dog society had given up on would become the brightest light in an entire family's life. Lenny was born into the greyhound racing industry. From the very beginning, his future seemed predetermined. His purpose was simple: run fast and win races. But life had other plans. During his first races, he injured his back more than once, and in that world, a dog who could no longer compete was often seen as having no value at all. By the time a rescue group took him in, Lenny's condition was heartbreaking. He was suffering from severe heartworm disease. His body was thin, weak, and exhausted. Worst of all, he was constantly hungry. The illness made him feel as though he could never get enough food. One day, his foster family caught him chewing on a piece of cardboard. Not because he enjoyed it, but because he was desperate. He searched through the pantry. He sniffed around kitchen counters. Anything that might make his empty stomach feel even slightly better became a target. His foster mom still remembers that moment vividly. It was the moment she truly understood how much suffering this dog had endured. It wasn't just the illness. It wasn't just the abandonment. It was years of deprivation and survival that had left deep scars no one could see. The first days in his foster home were filled with confusion. Lenny had never lived inside a real house before. He had no idea what a television was. The sounds coming from it startled him. Even something as simple as walking through a doorway seemed impossible. Sometimes he would stand in front of a door frame for several minutes, staring at it as if trying to solve a complicated puzzle. Everything about family life was new to him. A soft rug, a comfortable couch, human laughter, the warmth of a home. Things most dogs take for granted felt like an entirely different world to Lenny. Then his family noticed a strange habit. Lenny started collecting things. He carried shoes into corners. He gathered old toys beside his bed. Sometimes he would carefully hold an object in his mouth and lie quietly for hours. The remarkable part was that he never destroyed anything. He didn't chew things apart. He simply wanted to keep them close. One day, they found him holding a stuffed toy between his front paws, like a child hugging a teddy bear. The sight made everyone smile, but it also broke their hearts a little. After years of having nothing, it seemed as though Lenny was finally experiencing what it felt like to have something that belonged to him. The first month was not easy. Heartworm treatment takes time, patience, and careful monitoring. Progress often felt painfully slow. Some days, the family wondered whether Lenny would ever fully recover. But little by little, signs of hope began to appear. His eyes started to brighten. His tail wagged more often. He no longer spent entire days lying silently in one place. Then one day, Lenny discovered one of the greatest joys he had ever known: toys. At first, he simply sniffed them with curiosity, then he nudged them with his nose. Before long, he was chasing after them whenever they were thrown. His family kept bringing home different toys just to see what he liked. Each new discovery revealed another piece of the dog he had never been allowed to become. The dog who once lived like a shadow slowly began to come alive. He became playful, curious, happy. And the more his family got to know him, the more they realized he was one of the gentlest dogs they had ever met. Lenny loved everyone. He adored the older dogs in the household. Even though he was bigger and stronger, he treated them with remarkable kindness and patience. He loved being around people so much that he rarely wanted to be alone. Whenever someone stood up and walked into another room, Lenny quietly followed a few steps behind. What touched his family most was the fact that a dog who had received so little kindness in his own life had become one of the most loving creatures they had ever known. When the heartworms were finally gone, it felt like Lenny had been given a second life. His energy returned, his strength came back, and for the first time, genuine happiness could be seen in every step he took. About 6 months after becoming his foster family, they sat down to create Lenny's adoption profile. They began listing all of his wonderful qualities: gentle, friendly, smart, affectionate, resilient. But the more they wrote, the harder it became. Every sentence reminded them of something they loved about him, and slowly they realized they didn't want to send that profile anywhere. Then, on Christmas Day, they made the decision that changed everything. Lenny would not be going to another family. He was already home. They signed the adoption papers that very day. It wasn't just the greatest gift they could give Lenny, it was one of the greatest gifts they had ever given themselves. Sometimes, the animals who have been treated the most unfairly by life end up giving the most love in return. Lenny's story is proof that a second chance can change everything, not only for the animal being rescued, but also for the people willing to open their hearts and let that animal in.